Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lauren and this is Lauren.Spoonfull. So for the third day, we're going to talk a little bit more about homeschooling, and hopefully these tips can carry over to anyone regardless of what schooling you do for your children. And we're going over the back to school requirements to make this transition a little easier. So number one, I love to implement a schedule. I would like my son to get back on a normal sleeping schedule and a meal schedule. Now, if you're like me, you guys been sleeping in and getting up and going to bed anytime you please, all the time. It's just been off kilter. We take naps in the middle of the day because it's so hot. We wake up late. We go to bed at quite late. Sometimes I'm not going to bed till 1, 2 in the morning. My son is going to bed at 10 o'clock. But now that August is around the corner, August is here, we are going to bed at a normal hour. I always implement this every year in August. Even when he was a toddler, things got off kiltered and scheduled because of flying. As soon as August hit, it's like, all right, got to get back on schedule. So we set the alarms on our cell phone to go off and give us a good hour to get him ready for bed. All that is required, and get the child into bed for the night. Another thing that I do is make sure that I am cooking the meals at the time frame that we normally eat. For example, during the school year, we eat breakfast around 8 o'clock. We will go back to that schedule in August because I need for him to have food in his belly so we can start a day on time. Also, dinner is closer to 5:30 during the school year because we are rushing out the door 2-3 days a week at 6 p.m. And so bellies need to be filled, eaten, hands washed, coats on, out the door. And for myself to get that done, I have to be on schedule, on time with dinner prep. So I am implementing these requirements not only for myself, but for my little one. Number 2 is supplies. We purchased all the supplies that we need to kick off this year, and let's take a look at that haul now. So I picked up some school supplies because we are nearing the beginning of our new school year. I grabbed these pin inserts. These are the friction inserts, and here's a couple of the friction pins that I bought last year. A pack of these pins was like 20% more this year. These are the 6 colors I use the most, so I just bought the inserts from Amazon. Typical school stuff, glue, tape. We got to the register with more than one, and somehow we got home with only one. So I checked my receipt, only purchased one. So we dropped a bunch of these throughout the store, out the cart or something with children. You never know. This is for myself, Post-it notes for my calendar, planner. I just needed one odd color of sticky notes. I have yellow, I have green, so I needed something odd for my notation on like planners and stuff. So 2 packs of crayons. That's just for extra. My son loves these twistable ones. So this will be at home. And then when he goes out into like his school programs, he'll take colored pencils. They request no markers. My son loves to draw, so every school year, I give him a gift on his desk when he starts school. So this year will be this sketchbook, but then I'm going to also find some sketching pencils and pens that he never used. He loves to draw. So this blank one with nice, pretty thick paper is medium weight. That will help him, and it's spiral bound. That'll help him to keep it together. Pack of papers there, and a extra wooden ruler. I like the wooden ones because the plastic ones tend to break. We'll talk about that in a moment. And then I picked up a pencil sharpener because the little plastic handheld ones were not cutting it no more. Now on to lunch. He still goes to a co-op every week. He spends a whole day there. So this is a thermos for like soups and chicken nuggets and stuff like that. He eats lunch there. And then I found these on Amazon. Let me see if I can find on the side. So they're tiny little dip cups. Can it focus? So these will be perfect for dipping in ketchup. I took 2 of them out and I was going to show you guys one of them. So hopefully that's not too loud. Look how tiny it is. But it's perfect for like 2 tablespoons of salad dressing or ketchup for dipping. Has a nice silicone top to it, stainless steel bottom so it can last a little longer. And also by it being stainless steel, it's less likely my son would throw it in the trash when he's done, because I did buy some plastic ones and he totally threw them in the trash. He was like, oh yeah, I'm done with that for lunch. And then I grabbed a lunch bag for myself, because my son already has 2 of them. And I believe this was like $5 or $8. So I grabbed one for myself because I will be out the house for 1 day a week. And I need something to carry my lunch in other than a plastic bag. So this is our school supplies for the year. I don't think, other than the curriculum you saw earlier this week, I don't think there's anything else we need, guys. So number 4, organization. Putting things where they belong is so important during the school year. I can't tell you how many times I hear at 7 o'clock in the morning, where's my this? As somebody's trying to rush out the door, including my husband. So I want to make sure that all the proper hooks are in place for everybody to place all the items that they're going to need on a day-to-day basis. In the summertime, our closet has a big bin that's full of towels, swimsuits, and goggles and flip-flops. That whole entire bin will be swapped out in September, and we'll put items in it that we probably are going to need during the winter, such as snowsuits, gloves, and things like that. I do a big hat swap around the fall time where all the summer hats go out and all the winter hats and gloves come in. That organization is important. And so we may not need to do that here in August because we're still hot until Thanksgiving or warm until Thanksgiving. But I put it on my calendar. Hey, don't forget to do the following items when winter is peeking around the corner. Now, I used to live in Minnesota, so a lot of this was done in September because by the first week of October, we're looking at some pretty nippy weather, and we were definitely in coats by Halloween. So whatever your weather says, I suggest you guys get a plan going now of organization. Also, I keep a bin full of all the extras, the extra packs of crayons and pencils and all that stuff that children are going to need off and on throughout the year. Do your children do projects? So many children do projects throughout the year. How about you store that extra shoebox? Because they're going to do a diorama, I'm pretty sure, if they're in elementary. How about an extra poster board? You know they're only 50 cents right now. They're going to be $3 in January. What about some extra felt or random strings and yarn? Get a little plastic bag, put those items in there, and put all that extra together. An extra little box in your closet or a drawer that you might have. That will help you in the long run. And that's the kind of organization that I figure out now in August to make it smooth sailing for the rest of the year. And last but not least, attitude. Woo, that's a hard one, right? Get that attitude in check for the school year. The school year dominates the year, especially in the Western culture. It goes from August-ish, September, and it runs all the way to May, June-ish. That is so many months of the year that your attitude needs to be on one accord. That means the whole entire family has to be willing and able to function in the same exact way. For example, my husband is off on Fridays, so Fridays is our relaxed day. We do the least we can do on a Friday. That's our sleep-in day. So that attitude of grumpiness in the morning time, we have to nip it in the bud because Friday and Saturday we can let loose and relax and sleep in. So knowing that up front helps children. They can keep their eye on the ball knowing, oh, Friday, I can't wait till Friday. Another attitude change is the hustle and bustle. Do you want to reduce that this year? You don't want to do all that running around this year? Pencil that in. Perhaps you need to tell the children up front now, you're not playing 3 sports this school year. Let's pick 2, one for the fall, one for the spring. Get that pain out now versus fighting with them in the middle of the school year and finding a way to cave in and be such a crazy chauffeur. My son already knows we'll be taking a short break from summer swim before we move into fall swim. And then fall swim is not going to carry through the winter. 1, I don't like the wetness and being outside, but 2, it gives him a break, a few months, so that he can concentrate on other things before swim picks back up in the springtime. Having that attitude adjustment now will help in the long run. Another attitude adjustment involves us, the parents. My husband and I having to change our attitude from the relaxed, don't care attitude of summer to more stringent, on task for the school year. We need to get our attitude in check when it comes to finances. You know what's around the corner, don't you? Yes, holiday time. So that means tons of money is going to be moving and shaking in everybody's budgets in just a short amount of time. Do you have the right attitude when it comes to that time frame? Do you have a goal? And so once that is set in place, once you have the proper attitude for the school year, once things are put where they're supposed to be, all the supplies have been purchased now, why it's super cheap, and that your schedule is in place, you are ready to go back to school. Now, if you don't have children, these things can still be implemented. What do I mean? Back to work. Depending on your field, the fall time is prime time for you. I'm a tax accountant, so we're coming up on fall deadlines for extensions in October. So we tend to get back to work a little more seriously. And then right after that deadline, we got end of the year tax filings, beginning of the year tax filings. Is chaotic and busy from October into May. So the attitude needs to be there. The organization definitely needs to be there. I got to get my proper sleep. And I definitely need to get my meals in check. So I hope these tips are helpful for you guys in getting back on track for the school year. For many of you guys, you're staring school right in the face. I mean, like, did it start last week? If not, then maybe you're in countdown mode. For us, we have a week left of summer. But because we're homeschooled, we will be still in summer mode at least half the day for the next month or so. Good luck this year, guys. If you have any questions, put them below. If you have any back to school tips, also put those below. Stay tuned because we'll be sharing our first day of school and how our day flows from then. So until next time, guys, I hope to see you right here on the channel. Hit like, subscribe, and take care. Be safe. Bye.